live.
I thought you said we were already live.
Well, no, now we're live. But, like, we live. I don't know.
You guys know this is a recording, too?
I wish I wasn't
They're not
alive.
watching it live.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Do you not like my cauldron?
You want to talk, Evan?
Super cool. What?
You want to talk?
Talk?
Some pretty dark shit you just said.
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
That is some pretty dark shit.
Yeah, dude.
What?
Hello,
No.
friend.
Dude, I want. So, like, I'm worried, like, if I get back into, like, learning, like, tabs and stuff like that on the guitar.
You want to do it? We should do it. We could be the flannel-wearing guitar bros.
Dude, that's so original.
What?
Gio
Be one of a kind.
Yeah. No one's ever wore flannel and played the guitar together.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's happened.
Especially not white boys.
No.
What? Oh, a bunch
Not
of
young white boys. They never play guitars and wear flannels.
No. Is that no. I've never seen it.
No.
Hippopotamus.
So,
Hippopotamus.
when I went on FaceTime earlier,
Hippopotamus.
saying that exact
Hippopotamus.
the entire time, without fail. Without fail.
If you get too close to me, I might bite your feet.
Wait,
Hippopotamus.
Is this a real song?
Yeah, it's a real song. It's a hippopotamus song.
Dude, I only know one song about hippopotami.
What's that?
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas, dude.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Dude, it's weird. As soon as I graduated 4th grade, I never heard a single one of those songs ever again. I thought those were Christmas staples, dude.
Yeah.
And I bet you're like, no, dude.
well,
The
like,
jingle around the bells or whatever it's called. And rock the clock. I forget the names. But those are the ones you hear.
Tonight, I'm gonna run.
Not that one, dude.
Oh.
It's not that, whatever that was. That was
Is
awful.
Wait,
what was that?
Is it rocking around the Christmas tree?
Yeah, probably.
Was it rock around the tree
Christmas-
tonight? The
rock
Christmas tree, I'm
around
gonna
the
rock
Christmas-
you
Shut
right
up,
away.
it's-
Do, do.
Yeah.
What?
Rock around the Christmas
It's
tree.
rocking around the
It's
Christmas
it
tree.
The other day.
There you go.
God is fine, parents, fairly odd parents. Green Grooves, Java Juice, Bite, Snake, Birthday Cake, Java
March
Juice,
Fry,
Java
Java
Juice, Slack, Trace, Crack, Chick.
Dude, people are gonna listen to the first
Dude.
minute. This like, what
Yo.
the fuck are we listening to?
When did you start freestyling?
Oh,
yeah,
bro, it's
dude,
just
lay
something
down
to-
something else like that.
If I parents, fairly odd parents, Java Juice, Sky, Super Chicken.
No, he's scatting.
Dude, that's
No,
so
he's scatting.
Dude, scatting is the
Skibbity
way.
bop dada.
Dude, the way of the past is also the way of the future. Scatting.
You know what I just realized? It was kind of fucked my brain up. We're never technically in the present, and we're also always in the present.
We know the world was in the past.
No,
Oh, I
we're
guess you
always
can't
in the
look
present,
past.
but we're never in the present.
Dude, I'm in the present.
Because by the time you realize that you're in the present, that you realize that you're in the present, you're actually thinking about the past, and then you think
Yeah,
about the
dude.
new present,
No,
and you're
that's
in the past.
yeah, that's because your guys' minds are too closed. Like you haven't gone through the mental training I have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude, I'm basically full monk at this point.
I guess I haven't done enough DMT.
I don't even do DMT, bro.
Then you're not living. Do you want some?
But dude, I get it. I can get into full Zen meditation.
Okay.
Dude, in the morning
Yeah.
after I violently wake up,
Yeah.
I give myself 30 minutes. Remember who I am? I lay back down in bed. I just close my eyes, dude, and I lay in a realm of half awake, half asleep,
Yeah.
where like I can have full vivid stories in my head
Yeah.
and be like almost lucid control of them. But I'm like, I know where I am, bro. I'm presently laying in
Pretty-
my bed.
Pretty sure it's just like imagination.
Nah, bro.
Or like dreams.
Dude, it's full. Because I'm in full Zen, bro. Nothing else.
I want to.
I know where I am, but nothing else around me is
What a-
affecting my internal, bro. Like a monk, I think. I don't know. I never met a monk.
Nice.
I don't
A couple
know.
bald guys. They're pretty chill.
Wait, you want to know something interesting?
Not really, but you can tell me,
I've been facing you this entire time, but my eyes have been closed this entire time.
dude. Wow.
He's out here meditating.
Wow.
Talk about big brain. Never let them know your next move.
Oh, I love those TikToks.
Well, guys, it's officially official. I think Johnny Depp will officially win his defamation case.
Thank fuck, dude. There was some,
Did you see how bad Amber Heard's lawyers are?
dude.
He objected
caused damage
to
to
his
Mr.
own
Depp's
question. He
hand
goes,
while you were there on March
he
8th,
asked this
correct?
guy on the stand a
Dr.
question,
Kipper told me
and then the guy goes,
he
he's like a
sustained
doctor,
an
right?
injury
And he
on
starts
one of his
answering the
Well,
fingers.
question.
objection. Here's
And then the guy goes,
You asked the
the,
question.
the lawyer that just asked him the
Okay,
question
you said
goes,
sustained an
cuts him
injury to
off
his
and goes,
finger.
objection, hearsay. And the guy's like, but you asked me the question.
Yeah.
Dude, it was. I don't think they were real lawyers. They could not have been
Well,
real
a
lawyers.
lot of people were like saying like, because like before you watch those videos on TikTok where you'd see those streams, whatever it is, it's like, damn, these lawyers suck. And now it's like, are these lawyers like on Johnny's side?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, regardless, like,
I just feel like you have that much money, you should be able to buy good lawyers. And she bought awful lawyers. Like, not even like they literally remind me of people like actors pretending to be bad lawyers for like a comedy like a skit. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
I don't know, man. Dude, Matt, you better fuck off.
sorry.
Dude, if you ever watch Suits, come on.
duh.
come on, dude, you should know that she probably got some top tier lawyers, but she wasn't telling him the whole story the entire time, and they're just getting blindsided. It's
true.
Like you could tell, like he'd lift up a paper and be like, "I have damning evidence," and then John would be like, "Dog, that's a lie," and he'd be like, "What?" like just, dude, if what you're given,
Yeah,
like
but,
if that's
but
all
then-
you're given, there's
but
nothing
wait,
much you can do.
But the camera didn't start panning around Mike Ross and the fucking, and then like dramatic music didn't start playing, so it couldn't have been like Suits.
I don't want to talk about Mike Ross.
Mike Ross is a fraud.
Dude,
Can we talk about for a quick sec? You haven't watched the show, so
it's fun.
I hate Rachel with a passion.
Yeah, fuck
it doesn't really
Rachel.
matter.
I don't know who Rachel is.
Why? Because she's was she the princess or some shit of England? She's married to Harry, right?
Is that her?
Yeah, Meghan Markle. That's why she left the show. Remember when she like left to go, she moved or whatever in the show?
Yeah, dude. That's why I don't want to talk about him anymore. They just kind of wrote him out.
Well, it was just weird because like the whole show started with her being this like independent badass chick who's like trying to get her get her
Damn, is that really her?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why she left in the middle of the fucking season. Remember, like the one episode she was like there, and the next episode she's like, "I'm leaving." What?
Wait. So, does she purposely make herself look whiter now that she's in the royal family, or
Well-
do they tan her in that show? Because she just like
Well, there's a theory that you're not thinking of the Middleton chick, right? You're not thinking of the one that's with like the baby and shit from like.
that's exactly who I'm thinking
No,
of.
no. No, she's
Who
married.
else would I be
She's
thinking
married to
of?
the other brother, the other one, Harry, her, whatever the
No,
fuck.
yeah, that's
The one they just got married like 2 or 3 years
no
ago.
the ones who did the Oprah interview, which
No,
were like,
no,
which
no,
were
no,
like,
no, no.
we
She's
were-
white. She's British. She's from England. But
The girl who played Rachel.
no, the girl who played Rachel just got married a couple years ago to one of the royal family sons.
So both the sons are married
Yeah.
to biracial chicks,
No, only one of them is.
but it's not the one who went on Oprah, who was scared, who they talked about the royal family was scared of them having a not white kid.
Oh, well then, yeah, no, that was her. I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say because the other chick went on Oprah too, I think, where she did some like crazy interview when she got married.
No, they did like like last year they did like a sit down interview like
Oh, yeah.
after they left the royal family.
Oh yeah, that is her. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, she was. That's because
She looks way darker on the show. That's what I'm saying.
Well, there was a theory that a lot of the time they don't have her actually go out in public because they're scared. Like I'm not kidding. This is like a thing I was listening to. Apparently, they don't have her go in public because of fear of like somebody's going to like attack her because she's not like full like from England or white or whatever like
Damn.
fully white.
yeah, well,
Really?
that's
So-
why they left the family too.
Well,
They
you
were-
guys
they were done
you
with
you
all
guys
that shit.
remember a couple years ago when they were at like a sporting like a soccer game or some shit, and then she had like it looked like she was wearing a mask, like it was just like her. It looked like a robot, like it looked like a fake face, like because she was like this, and people were like, that can't be a real person, and then like there was a theory, there's like an ongoing conspiracy that they don't have her go make public appearances in case, of that kind of thing
Damn.
happening.
I didn't know
So
that.
if maybe it was like maybe she has a body double
Dang,
or some
bro.
shit. But yeah, no. She in the
What?
show. Her character. In
Dude,
the show sucks.
I literally Googled why are they not in the last season, and they tell me, like the first Google was like, the actor who played Mike Ross thought that like artistically there was nothing more for the character.
Yeah, well, he-
so he
yeah.
decided, not, but they didn't just flat out tell him. Oh yeah, one of the people made the role of like I did.
Well,
never put those two together.
What happened was there. So she left because she got married, and then they were like, "You can't be on the shit." Like not like the producers, but like she was going to go do
royal
that.
family.
Yeah. So then, when she left, Mike didn't want to just go back to doing the same shit they did in the first like 3 or 4 seasons. Like just be because he had to progress past that as a character, so that's why they moved him to like Seattle or whatever.
What do you know the guy?
Yeah, I'm one of the writers of the show.
Nice.
Yeah, and then so then when he left, he was only going to do like guest appearances. That's why he came back in like the last seasons. He came back for like 2 or 3 episodes here and there.
I've seen him in one episode so far. He did a single episode.
Really?
One.
I haven't watched the show in about a year now. But yeah, no, it's my show.
Yeah, we should talk about it. Yeah, I have to watch Vikings to watch Suits.
Yeah,
What
you should get on that.
Why do you have to watch Vikings?
Because he's in love with Viking shit, and then he doesn't watch the greatest show on TV about Vikings. That'd be like if you're like really into like, I don't know, football and haven't watched Friday Night Lights. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here?
Do you know what I am super, super into right now?
What's that?
Fucking trains.
Trains?
Trains. Like,
Oh my
I
God!
wish
You're
I
like
could
the
fuck
you're like the
trains.
one you're like the one dude on TikTok that
Yeah.
like puts
No,
a
no,
GoPro.
no,
on
no,
his
no, no,
fucking face.
It's not train watching, dude. It's physically taking like like these 48-hour train trips
then
where
you
like you
should
get
know
your
this.
own
I had a
private
question.
room and dining service. Like that
Are
shit
there-
is cool.
Are there trains in all 50 states? Like, is there like train tracks in every state?
You guys have fun. Just look it up.
I don't know if there are tracks in Hawaii.
Yeah, probably not. Now that I think about it.
I mean, definitely could be. They're very useful, dude.
Yeah.
Trains, cool as fuck.
Well, that's what I'm saying because I was thinking about
Extremely
that this
useful.
morning when I woke up. I was like scrolling through TikTok, and then like I was like, all right, I got to get in the shower. And as I'm getting in the shower, I was like, are there trains in all states? Because
I would
because I know
say
they-
to capacity, there's probably trains in every developed country. Like,
no, I know that,
throughout
but
it.
I'm saying in every state.
yeah, but I'm saying like to capacity.
Oh yeah.
I think they would have to be
Yeah.
because at some point that's how. If you were a new state, that's how you got all your shit.
That's
like
true.
You built. They made states as they built train
Well,
tracks.
yeah, I know
They
that.
made new states.
Yeah.
So yeah, trains are cool as fuck.
Trains are pretty dope. I want America to get on the wave of getting those trains they have in China,
The bullet
the
trains.
bullet trains.
Yeah.
That'd be
In
dope.
Japan,
Japan, yeah, that'd be dope. They have in China, don't they?
I don't. Everyone always talks about like the Japanese bullet trains.
Yeah.
Like that's
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't really big on trains. I just like that those trains in particular because they run really fucking fast.
there's this. It's called I think the Blue Line or the Blue Train.
Yeah.
It's in South Africa. It's like a 32 or something hour
Yeah.
train ride. 7-star. It's a 7-star train.
What does that
What
mean?
does that mean?
They kind of there were like a couple like 7-star hotels which are like
best of the
uber
best.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause like 2 more than 5-star. It's a 7-star train, dude.
Damn.
Everything's included. There's like a
How much is that bitch? Like to get on it?
I don't know,
Couple
probably,
$100,000.
like, yeah, like couple billion or whatever currency they have. Like
Speaking of billions, we talk about it. Elon
Elon
buying
Musk.
Twitter.
dude, Twitter is back, baby.
Twitter is back. It was crazy how
People are
Except,
freaking
dude,
out about
dude,
that
don't
shit.
know
back what I was
why.
saying, bro. A couple months, I was like, just use Twitter like it's 2012. No
But
one will care.
I don't understand why
You did
people
say
are-
that, yeah.
Why people are freaking out about it because it's not like it's something like it's not like he's like a radical Republican or radical. Yeah, like he's not like somebody that's just spewing like hate speech all the time and like freaking out about shit. He's just dude does what he wants, and then he just bought Twitter,
I mean,
and people are like, "It's the end of the world." It's like, no, I don't think so.
while he might
He might maybe make it-
legally be on the up and up, at least as the public knows,
Yeah.
and as like the SEC knows, but he definitely used Twitter to pump up like stocks illegally.
Probably.
What do you mean?
I can see that.
Like because of like the following he has and power and wealth he has, he can't like he. I don't know the actual like rules, but like there are like legal things against like him giving out information or things like that to artificially pump up prices. Where like if he hadn't have said that, the market wouldn't have changed. So like there was nothing actually happening other than him just saying, "I like this is gonna happen," or like or
Okay.
like like when he did like the I'm gonna buy a bunch of Dogecoin. And then it pumped all the way
Yeah,
up,
that's
and then he
true.
sold it all out, and it dropped again. Like I think
Yeah.
he might have did that legally, but like doing that in terms of stocks,
Especially in Twitter.
Well,
too.
apparently,
like you're
what is
not
it,
allowed
Shibu?
to do that.
Shibu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever
That's-
coin he was doing.
That,
it
well, no,
with.
that's apparently about the boom. I was
Yeah,
watching like this guy like evaluate the market, and he was like, you see.
Kevin's been saying that literally since December. Since
No,
it
well,
dropped
no.
again, he was like, dude, it's gonna boom again.
Well, yeah, but it had spikes. But I'm saying like this guy, he had like a graph of like, it was like when you can like whatever this is going to like, go up, and he put the graph of like when you can tell whatever stock is going to like rise, and then he put it next to Shibu, and it almost matched up even. Like, and he was like, Shibu's going to,
It's all fortune telling. It's all voodoo bullshit.
I
Literally,
agree.
I think I forget who said this, and I hope I'm not quoting some like crap in like TikTok influencer who you probably shouldn't listen to many words of. But there's like one word of advice, which is like, look at it. It's going up. It's probably gonna go up.
Yeah.
If it's going down, it's probably gonna go down. There's nothing more you can really get out of
Unless
it
it was,
unless
like-
you have some insider information.
unless it was like GameStop where it was like trending down, and then it went.
But that was artificially
Yeah.
pumped up. That was thousands of people on
Yeah.
Reddit deciding,
Yeah.
let's all do this.
Dude, that was wild. When
You
that-
saw the one dude made
A couple people made
like
bank, dude.
Yeah, he made a couple million.
Bank.
Off that shit.
Yeah, that shit still pisses me off. Like, cause like Kevin will use like Robinhood, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know if I can get back on that.
Dude,
app.
they don't even let. Dude, none of those apps let me buy crypto anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they all like say like there's something wrong with my account. So I was like, fuck,
Damn.
I gotta change my name again.
Wasn't Robinhood the one that had like the
That-
the scandal where it like
Yeah.
fucked up everyone's portfolio and shit?
Yeah, stop.
Well, they cut any like transactions to GameStop while that was all happening, and like
Yeah.
people
Is
lost.
that legal?
No.
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 Well, that was the whole problem because it was like when that all happened with GameStop, I got pissed, and I wasn't even like that. I didn't even like get involved with the GameStop or AMC thing.
Yeah.
But like all over Twitter, all over the news, whether no matter like what station you're on, yeah, Robinhood and a bunch of like these like smaller like conglomerates like that like do like small trading,
Yeah.
like even like Acorns, like you couldn't get in on AMC, you couldn't get in on GameStop, and it's like why?
Yeah.
But the problem was is because you have these big ass corporations and or like hedge fund managers.
Could you imagine that one guy that bought like 500 shares of like AMC like 5 years ago and was just chilling? And he's like, fuck it, why not? And then he wakes up one day and looks at his account.
It's like
Yeah.
$8 million.
But then wasn't able to cash it out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with that is, it's like, you can't go to not everyone in the entire world can go to the banks all at once and demand
That's
for their
true.
money back. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Robinhood, like they're basically just digital. They're not banks, but they're a place where you hold money and transaction it.
Yeah.
And the fact is, they give people online more money than they physically actually.
No, that makes sense. That's how
Hold.
banks
So
usually
yeah,
do
so like
it.
it's like Robin is like, it's that they would have gone bankrupt and no one would get any money anymore.
Yeah, that makes
They
Well,
get
yeah,
it
it's
shut down.
it's the same. It's because like there was like a thing where it was like people don't realize like banks are the borrowers and we're the lenders.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you're asking the bank for a loan, you're basically saying, "Give me an advance on the money that I'm going to put into this bank anyway." Like I'm gonna because like if you think about it, banks don't just have money. Like they're like they get money in, but like I'm saying like they didn't just start off by just having money. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why like there was all this shit like how corrupt the banks are and like how
Well-
much they screw people over. Because like people like you go to a bank and like can I get a loan? And they're like no. If your credit's bad, they're like no. You're like well, what do you mean no? How the fuck are you gonna tell me no? You know what I mean? It's like my money. Like if you have like, let's say you have like $5,000 at the bank and you're like, can I get like a $5,000 loan or a $2,000 loan for something? And they're like no. Like what the fuck do you mean no?
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is that's banks no longer need to rely really on how much money the people are giving them as long as people actually have accounts.
Yeah.
Because from what I know, banks will now get subsidized. So the more money they give out, the more money they could potentially get from other banks. I don't
Do you
know.
guys think I should switch banks? I have TD. Should I go to
Yes, sir.
Citizens?
No, keep TD.
Citizens. I heard it was bad.
What, Citizens?
Yeah.
I was
TD's
getting frustrated
nice,
with TD a
bro.
while ago.
I'm a big TD man.
I'm a big TD guy too, but it's just like I do like the convenience with it. Like you can literally pull out your money whenever, deposit whatever you want whenever.
You can't. No, the machines won't let you deposit $100 bills, and that kind of pisses me off.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
If you do like the ATM cash deposit,
You can't deposit $100.
they only accept.
Oh, isn't that
50 and
because
below.
the new bills they have like a reader on them that the machines don't have?
Maybe
'Cause
I don't know.
because-
I would have like 100. Like I can't deposit them.
Well, because with when they came out with the new $100 bills, there's like a reader strip on
Yeah,
it.
you get the
Like-
new blue strip.
Yeah, and I don't think the machines can read that because you can't even if you went up and said I want 500, I pull out $500. I don't think it'll deposit $500 in ones. Like I mean in the hundreds.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, they almost always only really do 20s at this point.
Yeah,
It's
it's like 20s.
and 10s.
Yeah, because I remember when I pulled out, we went to go to the Renaissance Fair last year. I went to pull out like $300.
Yeah, all 20s.
And I pulled it out. I pulled out like what was it, like 450s or something, and all 20s. I was like, it's a lot of bills. Felt nice to hold in my hand, but like, I was kind of expecting just 3 ones. Just like fuck.
I'm
it.
a big fan
Yeah.
of the $20 bill.
Yeah, 20s are nice.
Just having 20s, that's really all you need.
Yeah. Well, if you
Yeah,
think
it's
about
true.
it,
And also, once you break a 20, like you have like
yeah,
Yeah.
it's also good because then you think about it, and it's like, for this is how I think about money and how it breaks down. Is like, if let's say I'm going to like, I'm going to Wawa, and I'm like, all right, I need food, and I end up spending $20 on food at Wawa. I'm like, dude, fuck, like, but then if I go to dinner and I spend like 30, I'm like, it's all right, it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, it's always weird for me because at Cutco, they were always like, Finch was always like, if you have money, it's always harder like holding it like cash to let it go rather than swiping your credit card. And I was like, nah, other way around for me.
Really?
I can blow dollar bills. Like if I have like $500 in 20s, I will have $300 in 20s by tomorrow. I will just keep spending because I don't.
Because it doesn't come out of that account, so you don't see the numbers drop.
Yeah, it's just like you know what I mean.
it's really how the Great Depression happened.
Yeah,
When just people got credit cards.
yeah.
They were like, oh, I'm not spending money, dude. I'm just swiping this plastic card, and then
That's not how the Great Depression happened. Credit cards didn't come out till
the 20s.
credit cards didn't come out in the 20s.
Yes, they did, dude. During the Roaring 20s, when everyone started buying these fancy zoot suits and started getting all these fancy like newfangled home appliances. It was like what happened in the 50s, except they didn't actually have the money to back it up like they did after World War II. And so all these credit cards came out. The entire country went massive credit card debt because money no longer meant anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Great Depression happened
Really?
because credit cards came out, and everyone's like, you know what? I'm not spending money. What's going on, dude?
going on
Yeah,
here?"
give me that fridge. Dude, give me that.
I just got basically
Dude,
all
you know
this
what?
is free.
Have you ever seen a zoot suit?
Yeah.
What is this YouTube?
Dude, you remember how they used to have the what were they called? The super, super baggy jeans? Like the mammoth,
Yeah, yeah,
mammoth
yeah.
jeans. Imagine a suit. Like suit pants that baggy, giant suit
Bro.
jacket, dude. They just wore baggy ass oversized suits.
Could
Like,
you imagine
I'm in a
sitting
zoot
there
suit.
at that conference and just be like, you're just comfortable as fuck. You're not in this
Yeah.
shit. I wouldn't get out of it. I'd be so hyped.
I like suits, dude.
Yeah.
I feel comfy and nice.
I hate suits.
I love wearing suits.
I hate wearing suits.
I love wearing suits because it just when you put on a suit, and I mean like a nice suit, like you look good, not just
Yeah.
go out and buy a random suit. Like you put on a suit, you look
Yeah, you
good.
get it
just
fitted.
feel good.
Yeah.
Like there's not if something you get into a car accident, you're like, get out. You're like, Fuck you. Pay me.
Yeah, bro.
Except unless you cause it, and then you're not paying nobody. Well,
Then
you're
you
paying
just
everyone.
drive away.
Well, it's also like the point of a suit was that also, well, even way before, like when they started doing suits, is the idea of like this is just a basic uniform.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is for like a well-adjusted man
Yeah.
to have something that he's able to wear in like really any situation. So like when you're wearing a suit out in public, it's almost like you're wearing like a construction wearing
Yeah.
like a construction vest when you
Yeah.
don't even like work on a construction. Like it's like people just like it's a different.
It's a different
it's like
mindset.
it's a different
No.
mindset. It's like a
100%.
uniform. And like,
No,
Because
I
you
would
could have
agree.
$2 in your bank account and you're rolling up to like Wild. You could have, let's say you have like $10 in your bank account. You roll up to Wild. You're like, I'm gonna spend like $4 on like a Coke or some shit. You go up there. You're wearing a suit and look dead decked out. Everyone's
no
like,
one thinks it's your last $4
No.
you're spending that
Yeah.
Coke on.
You're like, damn, that dude probably got bread.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
it
remember,
is, yeah.
I remember starting it. I remember starting at Vector, and I'm like,
Oh, it felt good going.
it
to
felt
the
good going
yeah.
to Wawa, but I'm like, damn, I got 15. So because this is before I was like getting
Yeah.
paid, and then it was like, I got $15. All right, cool. I can get this and this, and I walk up like, hey, what's going on? I'm like,
Dude,
cool.
when-
They had no
when
idea
I-
that
when
I
I-
am mentally thinking
It's-
about how much this is gonna cost me.
Dude, when I worked at Verizon, bro, there was not a dollar amount in the world I cared about. Like I'd go to dinner. So when I was dating Brenna, right? I'd be like, she'd be like, let's go to
Damn, bro,
dinner.
just dropping government names like that.
Yeah, I don't care. We should be like, let's go to dinner. We go to dinner. I'd be like, all right. And I look at the bill. It's like $70. And now I'm like, fuck. Then I was like, okay, is that it?
Verizon really paying that much?
Huh?
Is Verizon really paying that much?
Oh yeah. I was making about 1,800 a pay cycle without my commission check, and then about
What's the pay cycle? 2 weeks?
2 weeks,
Damn.
and then about 22 or 24 with my commission check, something like that.
I can't wait to start working again. I'm about to have bread.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. We're gonna have Verizon. Can you text Rohan for me?
he doesn't work there anymore.
What a bitch.
Yeah, that's something else now.
But,
I don't know what, but I talked
Dude,
to him
you
a
should
couple
just, you
months
should start working hard construction, man. Just stop. You won't need to pay for the gym anymore.
ago.
yeah, but I like the gym.
I think if I were to go back to a job, it would be Verizon, because the job in and of itself is a little more difficult because you have to deal with like all kinds of people, because you work at a restaurant, like, all right, whatever, but it's like same kind of thing where like everybody has a phone. You know what I mean? Every walk of person has a phone, whether they be super cool, super awful, whatever. And like some days you would just get all the Karens coming in with their 17 kids, piling in, chewing gum, sipping Starbucks, screaming at you for something you happened
Wait.
in another state.
Were you working at a retail store? I thought you were doing like home calls to fix shit.
No,
Or you were
I was
you were
retail.
selling phones.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
no, because I was, dude.
Damn, that is probably a good deal.
It was cool because it was like I got to wear a suit every day because
Yeah.
I worked for one of the franchise stores. So the owner of the store was my big boss. Pretty cool guy.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
I think I'm gonna sell my PS4.
I think I'm just gonna sell my.
I'm
body.
gonna say
And just have nothing.
yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do
I don't know.
because
Damn, dude, is MLB really this disappointing this year?
yeah.
I knew it, dude. I fucking
Well,
knew
no,
it.
it's not. It's only because the problem with it is this, right?
There's always a problem.
All right. So let's say this, right? Let's say Call of Duty and MLB, right? Call of Duty is like their Activision, and it's like the size of this table. That's how big their company is, and they give no fucks about us, not one. They don't care. They just want us to make the money. So they say, "Here's a shiny new thing," right? And they give it to us, but it's way overpriced or whatever, right? They can handle all the people coming in and buying and playing, but even still, they have problems with connection issues, with skill-based matchmaking, all that shit, right? SDS is like their company's like the size of this phone, and they're trying to fill. Like they're trying to accommodate while adding new mechanics to their game, and expand to different consoles. So like it used to be a PS4 exclusive. So only PS4 players can play it. So if you say, okay, there's how many people bought the game, there's how many people we have to count for, yada yada. But then what they did was they added Xbox, and then that was last year, and then the game broke.
Wait, what? Why would it break?
because they weren't set up properly to handle all the basically double the amount of people playing
with
the
servers.
game.
Got it.
And then they said, "Okay, guys, our games broke last year. Is whatever. We do it better this year." And then instead of honing in on those two consoles, they added the Nintendo Switch. So now they have 3 different consoles to where you can play the game on, but then connected the Nintendo Switch to you can like play on the same account with your Xbox or PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. So if you're playing, you're like, I really got to get this done, and then your mom's like, we're going to the fucking Connecticut, get in the car, pull out your Switch,
going
and you
to
can
the Connecticut.
and you can play same account, do the same missions on your Nintendo Switch. It's just like a connector, right? Kind of like a PS Vita used to be like on the go. And
Don't get me started on the PS Vita, Brad.
the game breaks. like you can't connect to people online. When you play the game online, the game will just freeze.
Well, dude, yeah, Nintendo is notorious
No.
for having the worst online.
No,
but
this is console.
I know, but I'm saying even to add like
Yeah.
like notoriously they are the worst people you could ever play online with.
and that's why it's so
Really?
frustrating.
Why?
Huh?
I mean, I don't really play video games. Like, what do you mean? Would you just like?
Because they are now like Nintendo used to be if you had access to the internet, once they put internet on a device, you could play with people.
Yeah.
They are now making their own like form of Xbox Live. It's just way shittier.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
Like,
also
you
too
gotta pay for internet now.
with you know how Call of Duty will they'll like scale back guns, like they'll nerf guns or buff guns or whatever. MLB does that with like the mechanics of how you hit. So like it's like the game, like when the day one of the game felt great, loved to play it, and then they go, wow, people are complaining because too many people are hitting home runs or whatever. Let's scale back the hitting mechanic. They scale back the hitting, and now the game is not enjoyable. Like in real life MLB, if Mike Trout squares up a baseball middle of the plate, it's 99.99% of the time going to be a hit, whether it be a double, a triple, or a home run. Just what it is. Then that's just period. Same thing with Bryce Harper. And are there outlying circumstances? Yeah, Joey Gallo hit 113 mile per hour line drive for an out. Just got caught, right? That is an outlier. That happens. But when it happens 75% of the time, like while you're playing in the game,
It gets really frustrating.
it's not realistic. And that's their thing. It's like, I get they don't want people to just the ball to just be like no gravity, just wee, wee, right? I get that. But when you're not getting rewarded for the things that you're doing in the game, it's like, what's the point of playing the game? You know what I mean? Like when you play Call of Duty, if you have really good aim and you're really good movement, I'd say like 75-80% of the time you're going to win every gunfight you get into.
Sure.
But with MLB, it's like you can adjust to all the new mechanics that they just dump into the game to make it new and exciting. Get really good with it, and it just does not matter. You will consistently get outplayed, a quote unquote outplayed, or lose to some random 10-year-old Timmy because he you know what I mean? It's just the luck of the draw. It's just RNG, and it's like, bro, it's so dumb. So I say all that to say I'm probably going to get rid of my console because it takes up a lot of my time and it produces very little fun. Like it's fun to play with you guys. Like you didn't mean to get on and whatever.
Dude, I haven't been on in like.
I'm aware, but it's also like
yeah, you should sell your console.
That
You
was,
could
I
use
was,
the
that's-
money.
That's what I was saying.
You can
like,
use the money, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Don't sell the game. Sell Facebook though.
yeah, that's what I meant too.
or on OfferUp. I got a good deal on my old PS4 on OfferUp.
Dude, my thing's in good condition. I bought it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I rarely like, dude. I
Shut
don't.
up, Gavin.
Sorry.
It hasn't been plugged into the wall or my TV in like 4 months.
Yeah.
5 months.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Update it and wipe it.
Yeah.
You know,
You gotta
information off that shit.
You gotta restore back to factory default settings.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
And then I'm gonna sell it, and then I wanna get back into writing. That's what I want to take up my time with.
Pretty gay.
Yeah.
No, you know what I want to start doing again? Remember those? Actually, never mind.
Now,
Oh,
what is
say
it?
it.
Did you say it?
Mm-mm.
Come on.
You know those? All right, so like you know those like flip books that like you flip.
Anyway,
Can't do a
I want to
Flip
talk about
notebook,
being
dude.
gay.
No, like I got this thing in quarantine, right? Because I saw these things and I was like on Facebook one day, right? And 1 million times, like I'm ever like on that thing because I don't like Facebook. Go on. I watched this video, and there's this dude.
Dude made a ball that bounced off the page.
He did. No, but it was like a feather that would fall, and it did all these weird things, and it was like a book, and I'm like, dude, I can fucking do that. So I went on Amazon and I went.
Mm-hmm.
Are you judging me right now?
I'm not even looking at you right now. I'm looking
Okay.
at the tree behind you.
Nice. I was like, I need things to, do the flip book. So I went on Amazon, got the things, and I made it.
What do you mean? You need paper and a pencil.
Well, yeah, but like I got like a little kit, so like it's all together and it looks cool. It looks like official.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
I was gonna say something. I forgot.
Yeah, it's not funny, bro. That pencil one that I made was pretty cool.
I bet it was, dude.
It was. I thought it was cool.
I haven't seen it. I'm saying I bet
All
it
right,
was.
I'll show it to you when I get to my
All right.
house. Why are you laughing at me right now?
No, it was just funny because you're just such a large man, and you're like, he was so excited to show
dude,
me.
actually, I'm right. You need to start working construction. You need to man up. You need to man up.
This is funny because you were like, I got this new thing. I'm super excited about it. I was like, where? Like, I was like,
And you were scared to talk about it too.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm
never
not scared to
mind.
talk-
what are we,
talk about it.
5?
I don't know, man. Like I just
No, you can enjoy what you enjoy. I just give you shit for it because it's funny to me. But
listen. No one will ever give me more shit than when I got earrings.
oh, dude, that was the funniest shit because I remember when you did it, I was like, don't do it. You're not. No, oh God.
Get
And
your ears pierced.
he did.
Yo, what?
I
Oh,
didn't
that's
see
right.
that
You
day
like felt the
last.
face of the earth for a while.
I didn't do nothing, bro. I was
He
living my
did.
life.
Bro, he did it because a bunch
And I'm
of
about
white.
to leave again in 2 weeks.
No, he did it because
I'm just letting you know, bro. We're getting our ears pierced
that's
tomorrow.
not
It's
what
gonna
happened.
happen.
Not what
and
happened.
then he was hammered and went, I'm gonna fucking do it, and then did it, and then immediately regretted your
You guys in
decision.
Ocean City or something?
Yeah, and I tell you what, I
I
tell
got
you,
it on the boardwalk.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you,
know.
listen,
That's why I
I'll
asked
tell
if
you,
you're in
I'll tell
Ocean
you why
City.
you regretted it because I'll tell you why I know he regretted it. He got them, and the first words out of his mouth were, he like started
that's so
defend-
fucking gay.
No, he just defended. He was like, "Oh yeah, I like these. Yeah, these look good on me. Yeah, I used to not think I could wear earrings. I could wear earrings." And I'm like, "That's the same shit I used to say when I was like a fat little kid wearing a tight shirt. Ah, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Pulling it off your
out.
body, dude.
You're
Nah,
"Nah,
like-
You're wearing a fucking
No.
latex. I see that so much, bro. Dude, I remember one time I was like finally wearing a nice fit shirt, and one of my friends goes, "Oh, look, Ben." Like he's like, I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, yeah, you used to be the kid who just wear tight shirts. I'm like, I thought they fit. It just shattered my world.
Bro, do you remember? You know what a picture I still have in one of my old phones? You remember when you were outside my house, at my mom's house?
Probably the
and you-
tightest shirt ever.
Yeah, but you just started stripping down into just underwear. Remember that?
Bro, all right.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm not saying,
We were
not
out-
calling you a liar.
So we were. I have to find my old phones and I'll
Please
pull
run
it
it
up.
so I can put it in the podcast.
So we were at my mom's house, and it was me, you, Javen, and I don't remember who else was there. But it was nighttime. We just got done playing Manhunt.
That show dong?
No.
Oh, you can put the picture up then.
But we're standing outside, and either you got dared or you just started taking your clothes off. But I remember you were wearing sneakers with your gray sweatpant joggers and that green fleece jacket you had. Remember that? Or maybe it was green.
The
fleece.
green Adidas hoodie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took that off, and then you took your shirt off, and then you took your pants off. And then you're just standing there, and there's a picture of you holding your shirt. And like, I was like, I saw that picture like years ago, and I was like, what the like? I totally it went away from my brain. It just left.
You're just like,
I don't remember this at all. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like,
Ben Clinton was an interesting man.
oh my god! Remember, bro? Talk about this man used to be random as well. He still is, but like he walked up one day. We're at the park, and here he comes on his longboard, and we're like, "What's up, man? Wait a minute, something's wrong. Where the fuck are your shoes?" Oh yeah, I'm just not wearing shoes.
yeah. I went a while no shoes.
You
It's
went
pretty
a
sick.
while with no
Yeah, I
shoes
went a
on.
whole summer no shoes.
Your feet were black.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I wish I lived in your guys' neighborhood.
Oh, your childhood would have been so different.
I think my childhood here was pretty cool, but it's like your stereotypical suburban.
No, you would have done some really reckless shit with us.
Yeah.
Like we.
Well, look at us now.
I used to carry around a gun, fool.
I used to shoot ops, bro. Bro,
That's not even a joke.
bro, like it
Dude,
was,
we had
one time I
a
was
bull.
with Nigel
We had
one-
I'm not gonna say it, no government names. There was a bull in the neighborhood with guns, and we put it in my backpack one time, and we just walked around.
Nah, bro. There was like the one day, like because he goes all like airsoft guns and
Yeah.
shit. And like there was one day it was like all of us, like in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right, probably shouldn't drop names, but like I was standing there and Bull opens his shirt, pulls it, and goes, left my BBs at home. I'm like, yo, why do you have that?
I
And then-
cut a hole in
Are we talking
my.
about the same kid?
I cut a hole in my screen
that's later.
in my window to snipe motherfuckers.
No, yes, dude, yes. Dude, we are
Listen,
sorry.
yo, that's why there's no screens
Yeah.
in the windows.
Bro,
because
I-
I
no,
would mount
listen.
the gun.
No. This guy had like a full air-powered pellet gun with pellets,
Yeah.
and he aiming at squirrels out the window, dude. It's
Bro,
fucked up.
I cut a hole. So I was in my room one day, and I'm sitting there, and this is the height of our like war, right? And I'm like, I can't just run up on them to run, right? So I'm waiting, and I'm like,
Grab a little
I'm
pocket
gonna.
knife.
I took out my little rusty ass pocket knife. And
Just
I'm
cut a
like,
little X in the window, dude.
I was like, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, bro. I'm playing like whatever game I was playing, and I'm just looking at the corner of my eye out the window. And sure enough, here they come. And then they're just walking in their head like, do, 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 do. And I was like, I literally opened my window like this, and I was like, pop, pop, pop. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Where is he? Where is he? And, bro, they didn't know where I was for the long. I was like, pop, pop, pop. And they're hiding behind cars. And I'm just like, yeah, I got y'all motherfuckers now. Like, can't run down. And then they figured it out after a while. Like, after the second time, they figured it out. And then I would be sitting at home, like, and I would just hear.
out the window.
And I'm like looking out and then I would open and they're there on the street.
Well, that's how it was here. We used to have like airsoft wars, and then like everyone would like have like their own stuff, or they'd like borrow ours, and we would do it like around this house or like around wherever. And I used to take the screens out, or sometimes I would like lay on the gazebo thing, whatever the fuck you want to call that, and I would just sit there, you know, with
Yeah.
that, like and like they'd be coming around, and I would sneak in the house from the
Yeah.
front, come up here, and they'd be like looking around for me, I'd be like. Bop! And they got like hit in the back of the head.
Yep.
Ow! Ow! They put their hand up, and then like Ryan would be running around.
No,
Bop!
we ain't playing no single
No.
shot rules, dude.
Dude,
There's no hand up.
I
It's you
low-key-
get out of the way.
I quick scoped someone one time, and I literally had it. We went because we showed up at this kid's house, and they're decked out like with gear, like they have like literal like they look like they're going to fucking like actual war, and they're like loading their guns. They have like 7 mags on their chest. They're like And then me and someone else show up, and we're in like ball shorts and t-shirts, and we're like, let's get this shit going. And
It
they're
was like bad boys.
and
too.
he goes here. One kid goes here. Here's your gun, and he hands me a bolt action
Yeah,
sniper
dude.
rifle, and I'm like, oh,
Here you go. You get the
Bro.
spring-loaded
Yep.
pistol, and I'll have this Tommy gun.
yeah. Bro. I literally, I was running around, and he goes, hey man, pop, pop, pop. I was like, pop. He goes, my thigh. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm nice. And then I got hit in the ear. It was like, what? I was like, and
Dude,
then
there's
I hit this kid in the chin, sniped him in the chin.
Dude, there's
and, it was
nothing
rough.
worse than getting like shot like right here.
You guys
on the
might,
side of
you
your
guys
neck.
might, you guys might
Dude.
know who you know him, but like, you know where Rock's old house is?
Yeah.
On that road, but coming the other way, like coming towards here.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Lived on that, like near the soccer field.
Mm-hmm.
He lived in the houses over there. I don't really remember his name, but yeah.
Dude, nothing was worse than Simeon hitting me point blank in the spine with a paintball gun, dude. It was so fucked up.
Dude,
it hurt so. I thought I'd be paralyzed. I was like, uh-oh.
So,
there goes the legs, dude.
back when-
It's so bad.
When we were in high school, me and Gunny were like, all right, we're gonna we're chilling out, and he goes, hey man, I bought this paintball gun, and it was like a giant pistol, and he's like, I bought this paintball gun, and I'm like, we're gonna go play with the paintball gun. So then we're driving around, and we go to McDonald's, and then we see McDonald's, and we see our friend. He was like, yo, hanging out, and then Gunny, being Gunny of 2015, was like,
Menace to society.
I'm gonna shoot you with this thing. And then he goes, no, don't shoot me. So mind you, we picked him up. So we're his ride, right? And he lives like 10 miles away. And he's like, fuck you. Starts running home. I'm not kidding. Running down middle of the street. Just shoo, there he goes. And it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Full flash, just like, ooh.
And he's running, and he's in very good shape. So he's just like a steady jog, going through fields and shit. So we're looking for him. We're like, where did he go? And we're thinking he like fucked himself up, like he got lost. All of a sudden, we find him at the farm park, and we're like, whoa, shit. We pull up on him.
That's so fucked.
And Tyler, he hands me the gun. He goes, I load
Damn, you're full chasing him down still with the gun? You guys are fucked up.
So it wasn't my
I
idea.
thought you guys
Listen,
were just going on a rescue party at this point.
No, he listen. He was my ride too. So I'm not getting left. Wherever he went, I went. He's like, we're getting this motherfucker. So I'm like, man, I gotta go home. He's like, nah, man. I'm like, all right. He slides me the gun. He's like, when we pull up, shoot him. I'm like, all right. I didn't think
you're a
the idea.
dickhead,
We
dude.
didn't no, listen. We didn't shoot the gun yet. I had no idea how powerful this thing was. We're driving around because I've been shot with a paintball before, and it hurts, but it's not that bad.
Dude, you can't shoot a man in his back, dude. Shoot a man running away, that's a
Yeah.
felony act.
No,
right
but
there.
no,
That's a felony act.
No, listen, we slide up, and then he stops, and he's looking at us, and he's out of breath, sweating, and we're like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Come on, guys!" Like, he can't talk, and we're like, and I'm holding the gun like this, and it's in my lap, my left hand, and I roll the window, and we're talking to him. We're like, "Come on, man, get in the car," and he's like, "Nah."
Damn, it's like y'all in 8 Mile.
I literally, I'm like this, and I just go. I pull, like, let's say this is like the window, like the top of the car door. I pull it up, and I pull the trigger right as the barrel is coming over the top of the car.
sprayed the car.
And Elvis, no, I didn't. It was like some wanted shit. I was like, bah! He started freaking out. Bro, I don't know how I hit him. I really didn't mean. I didn't think I was gonna hit him. I was just shooting it, bro. The sound that thing made when it impacted with it was like. It was,
It hurts, dude. They're fucking stones that are getting thrown at you.
I was like, oh my bad, bro.
You only hit him once? Alright, good. You didn't
and
spray
then-
him down.
And then he was pretty upset about that. And then he was like, we were like, get in the car, man. We'll drive you home. And we driving him home, and he's like, my nipples. It's like, my nipples fucking hurt, man. I mean, we're cool. We were still friends for a long time after that. It wasn't like, we like abused him, and then like we were good friends. But
It's so fucked up.
yeah,
It's so fucked.
he's actually.
I remember one time, Matt and someone else picked us up in their car. They're like, all right, let's go drive around and egg some shit. Like, stop signs and stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, sick. The first egg I throw, I just hit the interior window. Like, I'm in the back seat on the driver's side. I just go, all right, I'm going to hit the stop sign. I chuck it. It just hits the fucking window. And all the egg goes right back in the fucking car. I was like, oh, sorry, guys.
Dude, there was nothing worse when we egged Michaela's car. Dude, we got chased him with a
Whoa, when we were here at your house?
no, that was a lot. No.
We just started raiding his garage fridge for eggs. He started pelting them at each other.
No. There was one night we were, and she knows about this because the cops all came to her house. So like, so Michaela and I got Gio because he got me, and she was with me. So her and I went to go egg his car, and we did.
I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, and then Gio's like, "Listen, I know you did this shit. Now I
That
don't
car
think
is fucked up, bro. That's how you chip paint.
Well, no, we didn't like chuck him. I really because like, his car was there. We didn't like yoink him. I opened him up like on his hood and all that shit, and then I left like full ones. It was only like 3 of them. I think we like dropped on his car. Because listen, bro, I'm gonna fuck up your car, or you can drive because his car wasn't working at the time. You can drive me, and we can get her car, and you're fine. I'm like, work.
Damn, you egged a car that he couldn't even take to the car wash. This is fucked up, dude.
No, this was months later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think the only reason he couldn't drive was because like his like, wheel, whatever it was. And then we go to Wawa. He gets like 2 things of eggs, like 2 cartons of eggs, and I'm like, "What do you need that much for?" He goes, "We just want to drive around." I'm like, "Okay." He didn't tell me the full thing, so I probably would have said no. But so
It's
we go
so
to,
easy to make the math of that.
Yeah.
we go to her house.
He's not a big omelet guy. Like,
Well, no. So we go to her house, and I see the car, and it was that green Toyota. Boom, 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 and then I'm like, "Holy shit!"
is this in Waterford Green?
No, this was
Or what house is
This
this?
was a couple years. This was the one on Walnut.
Right.
Yeah. And we didn't know at the time. There's a dude watching this entire thing.
Yeah.
Didn't see him. They got behind us and were following us, unbeknownst to me. But we're just driving around. So I guess they got tired of chasing us. And then Gio's like, let's go back around and just go check and look. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go back around. Bro, he takes the whole carton. Doom, doom, doom. Yoinks the whole entire carton out the window under her. I'm not joking. Easily like 20 eggs in her car. At this point, there's a dude, middle of the street, yoinks a fucking oil can thing, goes into my grill. Thank God I didn't fuck on my radiator. And I'm now driving around with a dude yelling at me. I'm pretty sure I just saw a truck start up. And you know, like, Royersford. So I think they're at least trying to, like, find my car. There's an oil, like a Penn's oil thing in my grill. I'm driving around. Michaela calls me. Matthew, did you fucking egg my car? Nope.
What are you talking about?
Like, she's like, and then she sends me the video of my car. And, like, it's like the neighbor's ring. And I'm like, oh, fuck. She goes, listen, there's cops at my house right now. And I'm on, like, FaceTime with her. Gio's in the car. And I can actively hear the cops saying, so you have the picture of the car? And then I hear the guy go, yeah, we have a whole video. And I'm like, fuck. And she's
Doesn't
like,
matter though. It's Michaela's choice to press
well,
charges
no,
or
so
not.
she didn't, obviously.
Yeah,
Michaela,
it's like, yeah,
Michaela had our back, but she's like, no, they're, like, looking for your car. Because the dude, I guess, was trying to fuck. So he was, like, you know, being that, like, damsel in distress kind of guy. And I hear, well, all right, well, there's 3 cars out looking for them right now. And I'm freaking the fuck out. We drove all the way to, like, Trooper, bro. Like, I was out of there. And then I had to, like, get back into Royersford. I get to the house, and Michaela...
Bro, I would. Dude, you kidding? If you're in Royersford, bro, you go across that bridge and you hide in Schwanks or in Spring City,
Spring
bro.
City,
Yeah,
yeah.
you just hide in Spring City.
I didn't think about that. I was just... The adrenaline was pumping, and Gio was like, fuck, we're screwed, bro.
Dude.
And then she goes, did you get the oil can out of your car? And I'm like, there's an oil can in my car? So now I'm driving around in a white car. They have a video of my car driving past. And I know there's cops out looking for us. And I'm like, damn. So we get out real quick, and I go, fuck, there's an oil can in my grill. Like, it's in there. And we get back to my house. No cops, no nothing. And, like, I'm like, I'm not driving. I Ubered Gio home. Like, I Ubered him home, and she's, like, freaking out. She's like, they're, like, looking for you, Matt. Like, this is some shit. Michaela's mom's freaking out. She goes, was this Matt? You better tell me right now. And I'm, like, listening to all this, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm so screwed. And then, I go out, like an hour later. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go clean her car off. Like, I'm sure the cops left. Like, I'm like, hey, Mick, like, just leave your keys by your car. I'm gonna go to Tom's and I'll wash it for you. I get about to, like, Washington Street, because I was gonna, like, go around Washington, come up, and then turn around and pass, like, Mick's house. And there she's with 3 large dudes that are cops at Tom's cleaning her car off, and I'm like, worst night of my life. This shit was terrifying. It was so bad.
Funny, dude.
And Gio's like, well, you get what you get. I'm like, dude, it's so fucked.
Nah, bro.
Never again.
I think the, like, I told Gio, because he was like, oh, I'm gonna egg your car, and I was like, Gio, do not
do
egg
it,
my
bro.
car. And he's like, no, bro, I'm egging your car. And I was like, listen, do not egg my car, because,
I'm
like,
a petty motherfucker.
oh, you have no idea how petty I can get. But no, it was. I remember I woke up. I was living at my mom's house, and I woke up one day, and I'm going to work, and I worked at Toledo's, right in Norristown, or in what would that be, Trooper, West Norton. And I get there. Oh, I'm driving. I get in my car, and I go to back up, and I look in my rear view, and it just shits all over the back of my window, and I'm like, and I, like, turn around, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I get out of my car. There is, like, a venti macchiato from Starbucks all down the side of my car, and I'm like, when I tell you, I breathed, and the anger that was in my body, like, if anybody came up to me like, hey, man, knock me out. And I'm just sitting there just seething in anger. I call my boss. I'm like, I can't come in today. They're like, why? I'm like, I can't come in today. they're like, okay, well, I didn't even. I just hung up the phone, and I'm like, I'm like, who the fuck could have done it? So I go over to Javen's house. I knock on his door, and he's like, oh, he's like waking up.
Yeah,
He's
like 11 o'clock.
yeah, no, it's like 9, 10 in the morning.
yeah.
He's like, what's up, bro? I'm like, and he's like, so we're thinking about it. And I'm like, who the fuck could have done it? And I still don't know who did it. Didn't find out who did it, what happened. But it's still
almost
on
entirely tell you did it.
it's still on my car. No, it wasn't Gio. No, it wasn't Gio because this was two removed things. Like we and him talked about it way after this was like 2017. This happened, and then he told me he was going to egg my car in like 2019.
Oh.
But I don't know who did it. And
Oh yeah, dude, it was me. Nah, I get it.
But I
We'd
was
never
so-
waste
I was-
$17.
I was so angry, and then I was like going through like, could it have been one of my exes? Could it have been like somebody? I don't know, but it was just a random thing, and I was just like, and if you look at my old car, like it's still on. You can still see where because it was like
What, the Jeep?
yeah, because it was like dried sugar, like caramelized, like on my car, like it's just stuck there. So I had to go to the car wash, and I'm spraying down my car, and I had to scrape, like with like an ice scraper, scrape like caramel off of the side of my car, and I could just see the paint just getting like lighter and lighter, and I'm just spraying it and scraping, scrubbing, spraying, and I was so angry, and then I remember like, and it was sticky, like to the touch, it was like, like it was sticky. I'm still mad about it. Oh my god, I wanted to shoot him. in the face. I don't know who did it. I
Yeah,
don't
he was
know.
like some 12-year-old just, oh, I'm done. Yoinked it.
Dude, I
Dude,
remember
I'd shoot him.
One time, I was being super responsible, doing donuts in the Waltz's good goal. But quick, so you know how like they have the parking lot,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
what
have
we're
the
talking
big gravel
Yeah.
second half. It was completely empty.
Yeah.
Hanging out, some chicks trying to act cool.
Yeah.
Started doing some donuts in the parking lot, having a hell of a time, and I get out, and like some dude's yelling, it's like, "Hey, motherfucker, you could have hit my car." I'm like, "Where are you parked?" Over there. I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" And so I'm like, "All right." We went, hit some golf balls to the driving range, and I come back, and just fucking ice cream. Or like someone wasted their whole Sunday on my car. I'm like,
Wow.
what a motherfucking pussy. Like, why not just try punching in my face
Yeah.
while I was yelling at you?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna make me spend $10 on a car wash? Like, I was more angry at how much of a bitch he was.
Well, did I tell you about what happened to me at Walmart a couple years ago?
Shot someone up like the baby.
He almost
No,
got shot.
no, not
Oh,
that.
oh,
Not
oh.
that. No, I was in Walmart, and I literally go to Walmart for like T-shirts and like whatever I need, right? Like hair wash or something. Did I just call it a hair shampoo?
You're good, bro.
But yeah, so I'm like walking around, and then I have my handicap placard at this point, and I'm in my Jeep, and I park in the handicap spot right in front, and I'm walking around in Walmart.
As one would do.
Right, I'm walking around with Walmart, and there's just like a fat lady like following me, and I'm thinking at first, all right, maybe we're just going in the same area. Nope, here she is, just following me. And I'm like, I'm very good at knowing my surroundings, so I'm like looking at her, like she doesn't know I'm looking at her, and she's like staring at me, and then she walks out the door. Well, waddles out the door. So I'm paying for my stuff. I'm like, whatever, dude. Doing my thing. I get outside. There's fat lady and 2 cops next to my car. And I'm like, So I walk up and I'm like, hey. And then they're like, hey, is this your car? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh. She says you're parking here illegally. And then I was like, no. I was like, no, what are you
She
talking about?
parking authority?
Yeah, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you can't take up spots because I need to park in the front too because they're all spots taken. And I'm like, listen, officer, I have like a handicap placard, like yada yada. And he goes, all right, can I see it? And I'm like, yeah. Hand it to him. And he's like, he goes to his car for a couple minutes, comes back, and he's like, hands me, and he goes, have a nice day. I was like, okay. And I'm looking at her, I'm just like, fuck you. And she's like, you stupid. It's like, why do you know? And I'm like, I literally looked at her. I was like, go fuck yourself. Got in my car, went home. And I remember I got home and I'm just sitting in my parking lot. I'm like,
That really. You can't go anywhere.
Is this the Pottstown?
no, this was in Norristown.
Norristown.
Yeah, like right off of Egypt Road. That's wild. Yeah, I can't go anywhere, bro. I almost got shot outside of Walmart, apparently.
Yeah, he did.
Sitting there talking with Pink. All of a sudden, we're talking about, some shit. And all of a sudden, 3 dudes walking up, going to the bus stop.
Hey man, fuck
Hey
you.
man, fuck you. I said. I literally, that's what I said to him. I said, how old are y'all? Like 15? What'd you say? Here they come. Pants start getting pulled up. They start speed walking at me. And I just lean on my car and I'm just looking at them and I'm like, okay. because they're not big like dudes. Like the tallest one was like 5'8", and they're just walking up. I'm 17, pussy. What's up? What's up? What's up? And I'm like, fuck. Now I can't put my hands on you because like if I do, even if it's in self-defense, I could still go to jail. So I'm just kind of sitting there like, all right, whatever.
Not in self-defense, but 3v1, you're fine.
Yeah, but I was just more so thinking like I didn't think they were all gonna jump at me, like try to jump me because
Why
only
wouldn't you?
only one of them was really doing the talking, and the other two kind of like walking behind him.
So, dude,
So I was like-
that's street fight.
So I was
I'm
like,
100% I think you could take him.
So I knew I could take it. So they were combined. They were combined weight had to have been maybe 300 pounds, 400 pounds. They were not big guys. It was like I really thought they were like little kids, and they were like, "Yeah, pussy, I'll fucking shoot you. I really do this shit. I'm from Philly, dickhead. I will shoot you." And I'm looking at him. I'm like, "This is." And he had to have gotten mad because he's screaming at me, and I'm just going, "All right, have a good night." That's all I'm saying. All right, yep, you got it. You're gonna shoot me, yes, sir. You're badass. He's like, "Yeah, pussy. Yeah, you dumb pussy. Yeah." And I'm like, "All right." And this is how I'm like, "Okay, have a good night." And then they just like walk away, and he turns around and says, "I'll fucking shoot you and that bitch too. I'll shoot all y'all." And I'm like, "Okay, have a good night." And then they leave, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, that is the only time I've ever been threatened to be shot without seeing a gun. You're like knowing the person has a gun. Like he wasn't even like making it. He was really just standing there like he was gonna fist fight me, talking about he's gonna shoot me. And I'm like,
Yeah, but you don't know when they got guns or not.
yeah, but I'm
Which is why you need a gun in the car, bro.
no, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm 100% in the fact that if he moved for a gun, I would be able to get to him where he was standing before he pulled his gun, because
But then you got the other two boys in the back.
it would not have mattered.
Except if they got pieces too.
Then they would have to shoot me.
Yeah, exactly. But they would. Like that's like
That's the thing.
But,
But
but there are some people. There are a lot of people who just talk the talk, but there are actual people who live that life.
Yeah.
Who
I'm aware.
like will curb stomp you.
I know.
If they walked out and like there was like bird shit on their car that day,
I
and they
know.
were like angry, like all right.
I went
guess
to-
I'm gonna
I went
kill
to high
someone.
school with
Yeah,
them.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like yeah, like
You were
it's
friend-
very
what was
very
that
real
friend?
chance that
Yeah.
bro,
they did have guns.
Bro, everybody kept saying how Norristown was such a bad school to go to. I'm like, no, it's really not that bad. A couple ghetto rats, sure. Like,
Bro,
and then
you went to school. Bro, count one. No, count two. No, 3 people. Bro, let me tell y'all something. I was on Facebook the one day, right?
They literally almost gay bashed the kid to death.
bro,
Like for real.
I said the one day we're on Discord. Hey yo, do you know this guy? He's from Norristown. Triple homicide by the. Oh yeah, bro. He used to be at my lunch table. Brother, what did you say?
Yeah,
yeah, bro. I remember I was on Facebook one day and it was like the Norristown whatever, and it was like this person committed like murder, like double homicide.
So
and I
we're,
was like,
Gab was
oh.
gonna be the only one around for the 10-year graduation. Everyone else is gonna be gone.
Well, no, it was just funny because it's like I went to school with these people and I'm like looking at them now and it's just like just like when I was younger, I wasn't in tune with like how to be like a gangster, like a thug, or I was just doing my thing. And then there was like these people I was like in the class with, and you know I'm talking like 6th, 7th grade. And this kid got thrown in the back of like we had a cop walked around our school, and he got dragged out of the school because he had 3 knives on him in 6th grade. I'm like, huh, okay. And then like, we're walking to lunch in a single file line. All of a sudden I hear boom, boom. Put your hands behind your back. I turn around. One dude just getting slammed up against the lockers by the cop. Getting
Just
cuffed, getting
my
dragged
buddy
out.
Bill. I was like, oh
No, yeah,
won't
literally.
see him at recess
Yeah,
today.
I'm literally looking at him. I'm like,
He was a
we-
great quarterback too.
Everyone,
Fuck.
everyone did exactly this. We all turned around, watched it happen, and went, "All right, bro." It was such a random time, and like, you know. But Norristown really wasn't that bad of a school to be at. It's a bad school. It's like a prison, but it's not as bad as you would think.
Nah, but let me tell you something.
But
It's a bad school, but it's not a bad school. Do you know what you just said?
For a 6'1" guy who spent every waking moment in the weight room when he was in high school, it was pretty easy for you. Yes, it was pretty easy for you.
But dude, I walked with a limp, like a pretty severe limp. People used to try to call me, like limpy and shit, and I put a stop to that right.
Yeah,
then and
exactly.
there.
Yeah, but you had the ability. That's what I'm saying.
But no, but I'm saying like there were still people that would pick on me. Like they would be like, you know, people would just have nicknames for me that I had no idea about until after I graduated. But like, what's funny was like, you know,
Damn, I'm gonna start coming up with some fuck nicknames for you, dude. I'm just gonna start railing in.
no, it was just funny because it was like we were like everybody was like when I was going to Norristown when I was in 8th grade, everybody's like, be careful, like Norristown's a bad school, you know. I'm like, all right. Freshman year was a little rough for me. I didn't have style. I didn't really have. I wasn't smooth. I was just a little nerd. 10th grade comes and goes. Still becoming, I'm getting taller. I'm getting bigger. Working out more. By junior year, bro, like, I didn't have any problems. Like, yeah, like we would fuck with each other, like as friends. But like, I know not one time did I have people try to mess with me and try to pick on me, yada yada. And that was because of how I like set myself up. Like I knew who my friends were, who my friends weren't, who I could talk. I knew everybody. Like I legitimately knew everybody in what I knew them. I just knew them.
Dude, you're literally the first person to be born with a swagger walk.
Yeah.
You could only jaywalk around, bro. It's all you could do.
Yeah, I remember we were. It was funny because Gunny texted me. I'm in class and he goes, "Yo, this dickhead is fucking like he wants to fight me. Meet me in the lunchroom in like 10 minutes." I'm like, okay. Can I get a pass? Cool. Go down to the lunchroom. He's down there.
I get a pass for what? I gotta go beat someone up. Oh, they got the bathroom passes.
Yeah.
They got the
No, bro.
mutual dual passes.
We literally walk down there. There's no one in the lunchroom. Like no security, no nothing. We're standing there and we're like, "Where's this bitch at?"
You paid off the cafeteria ladies to leave.
All of a sudden, here he comes. The other dude comes up, and me and Gunny are standing there, and I'm like, "All right." And and I knew this kid from like when I was like 10, from like summer camp. I knew him, and I'm like, oh, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he goes, and he's a pussy. Like he's a genuine pussy. Like.
Then why'd you need to do 2-on-1? It's fucked up.
I didn't know who it was. He just said, "I'm fighting somebody. Come to the lunchroom." I was like, "Okay." So all of a sudden, here he comes. And I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, hey man." Like that's how he's like, "Oh, he was a bitch." He was like, "Oh, hey man, yeah, yeah." And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh man, he's talking shit, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Go the fuck back to class, dog." And he goes, "No, bro." And he tries to walk past, and Gunny's behind me, and he's like standing there. I'm like, "Don't say shit. We're not doing this." Turn around. And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I literally grab him, and I walk him over to the one pillar, and I'm like, "You're not about to fight nobody, bro." And he's like, "Yeah, man, you right, you cool, man. Come on, dap me up." And I'm like holding his hand. I'm like, "You're not fighting anybody today." And he goes, "Yeah, man, I know. I get a little upset sometimes." I'm like, "Go the fuck back to class." He starts walking off, and Gunny's behind me. And he walks over there. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Fucking trying to fight people in the middle of the day. And he's like, "Oh no, you're
like
talking
the
shit."
dad.
So I'm like, "All right." So then that was it. That was the whole thing. But like I remember it. But then like. My ex, I got accused of being like a woman beater because of this exact reason.
Because of all the women you beat.
Well, yeah. No, I broke up with this chick, and she had a bruise on her arm, and it was maybe the size of like a silver dollar. Like it looked like she banged her arm.
Yeah, you just burned one cigarette on her. It wasn't a huge
No,
deal.
it wasn't like a burn. It was literally just like a bruise.
Yeah, I know.
And then she goes, I come into school, and then I sit down at the lunch table, and we're all like this, and I'm like, "Hey guys," no one's talking to me. I'm like, "Oh fuck." I'm like, "What happened? What's the matter?" Gavin, we think that you shouldn't be a part of this friend group anymore because of what happened with you and this person. And I go, I broke up with her? Like, what happened? We know you put your hands on her, and we don't want any problems, but just please leave. I go,
Yeah, because that's totally the conversation you guys are having in Norristown.
Yeah.
Hey, Gavin, yeah, me and Becky were talking. We don't think we can hang out with you anymore.
I'm not kidding, bro. But when I tell you, I had all of my childhood friends like sitting like this, heads down, and I'm looking around at people. I'm like, it'd be like if you guys did it.
It's like an episode of Boy Meets World, dude.
Yeah,
It was
and
insane.
I'm like, bro, what the hell? All of a sudden, I start coming and find out she was telling people that I was putting my hands on her. And so then I'm like, all right. So then she gets a new boyfriend. He starts talking hella shit. So I go, all right, word. I go, you want to fight me, bro? We're going to fight. He goes, yeah, meet me out front where the security guards are. Because and I'm like, you're a bitch. And he's like, if you want to he said some bullshit. He's like, if you want to do something like if we're reckless, you got to pay the consequences. And I was like, you are a pussy. Like, I will murder you. So then I'm walking. I'm a couple weeks go by. I kind of let it go. Like, I still wanted to fight him, but like I wasn't like that. I'm walking down the hallway, and I'm literally just minding my own business to go. I think I was going to lunch or whatever, but I was walking. It was an empty hallway. I don't remember why I was in it. All of a sudden, I turn the one corner, and there he is, walking this way. And I'm like, oh, I start getting like giddy. I'm like, oh. I mean, there is
Yeah, I was gonna
Nobody.
say the hallway clears like an old western. It's like
Literally, bro.
whoa.
Like there is no one, and I'm walking. I start speeding up because he's looking down at his phone. And he's like, doo, 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 doo. And then he looks up, and I'm like, maybe 20. Like we're at still because like ends of the hallway. And I'm like, and I'm looking at him, and I'm walking, and I'm just faster, right? And then he goes, puts his phone in his pocket, and then gets as close as he could to the wall. And starts like banging his arms on like locker handles. It was like ding, 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 and I'm like walking past him, and I stop, and he's just like, "Here he comes!" Ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, "Do we have a problem, bro?" And he's like, "Ding, ding, ding, ding." Doesn't say a word to me. I'm like, "I said, do we got a fucking problem?" Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, down the fucking hallway, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, I guess not. Went to lunch, bro. Like, oh my god, that was the. But yeah, that kind of shit would happen often. You know, people would start fighting at 7 a.m. and you're just kind of sitting there like, it's 7 a.m., guys. Like, what are we doing? But no, it wasn't that bad. There's only a couple stabbings, couple fights every day, but it's nothing not normal.
A full brutal beatdown.
Oh yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
gonna
was
lie to you, that was pretty
fucked
wild.
up, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up, but it's also like you got to know you got to pick and choose what you do and where you do it. Because there is no like it'd be like going to like a Black Lives Matter meeting saying the N-word as a white guy. Like
No, it was going to high school, just being who they are, and they got brutally beat up.
Well,
Yeah.
you should go on Urban Dictionary and look up Springport 8-ball.
Why did you write some definition there one time in middle school?
Nope, it's a new thing. You gotta be careful in high school. You either get beat up or like shit gets found out. Like this one kid was about to get.
Are you gonna explain what a Springford 8-ball is?
Nope.
Then I don't care, and I won't
No,
look it up myself.
I just think high school was funny because like you know it was just a wild time because I never considered myself to be a badass or like whatever, but like coming here it was just such a different environment. Like when I first moved here, like everybody was different. Everybody was a bitch. Like,
oh, I know, dude.
dude, it was like, bro, people would be like whispering at me, like about me. I'm like looking at them. I'm like, I can see you. Like, going to football games, cops are just following me just because. Like, it was.
I know. It was. I had free range.
Really?
Not that I was gonna fight anyone, but the fact that I knew no one was gonna fight me, it made it so much easier. Free range to really do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was such a wild time walking around. I just remember when I first like saw it hanging out with everybody. I was like, not like you guys, but I'm saying like everyone else that like I would like know of. I'm like, there are some bitches. Like I would beat the shit out of people in this school, bro. Because like,
And if I do remember correctly, you did beat the shit out of me for 3 consecutive years. It's not like you didn't do that.
But
You
that
were
was-
beating the shit out of people. Mainly me.
that was out of love.
Like,
Yeah, it's okay. It made you who you are today.
don't touch me.
Trauma. Yeah, man. No, but it was funny. And then I think the only fight I ever witnessed, not ever, but I'm saying like with a couple people was when kid wanted to fight Jay over some girl. And he pulled up with like 15 people. And he got his ass whipped.
Drew, I think I know this story. Yeah.
He comes up and he had people calling Jay like, hey, don't fight him, he's scary, blah blah blah. They going to fight Jay, and his it was like pop pop. And this dude goes, oh my nose, hold on. And Jay goes, okay. Crouches down, starts playing with grass.
Wait, no, wait.
And then I'm standing there and I'm thinking like shit's about to get real heavy because there's a lot of motherfuckers in front of me. And then they're all laughing, like they're watching, like smoking ports. And I'm standing there like, oh, this is light. And then the kid goes, he takes his shirt off, holding his broken nose, blood coming out. All right, I'm good. Let's run it. And Jay, oh, okay, stands up. Bah! And he goes, and then you heard like an actual like. He starts making these weird sounds. He goes, stop.
He's trying to breathe out his nose and it's all clogged.
Puts his hands up. He's like, stop. And okay, crouches back. Doesn't play with grass. So then I walk over. I was talking to him. I'm like, what are you doing here, man? He's like, oh, and then
They're all still just standing around.
bro, they're like 20 yards away, just standing like. And I'm standing.
Were
I'm
they at
like,
the park?
No, we were literally out. You know, remember Harrison? Like
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
We were
yeah,
outside his house where we played big baseball. We're right next to one of the main entrances of this fucking complex, and I'm standing there, and then they're like, and then he gets up one more time, and he goes, "All right, let's run this shit." Dude, look at
He round the to catch his breath.
he goes, like it was right in the face, and then he goes, I'm done. Javen's like, so we can start walking away. Here, this dude was maybe like 5'9", 140 pounds. Here comes up this other kid, like
Do you know anyone's names or no?
No, 5'5". They went to like Pottsgrove or some shit. I think.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But it's like 5'5", 100-pound soaker. He's literally like the same size as Skylar. Like literally, no exaggeration. Maybe a little taller. He has a cast on his right arm.
That's fucked. That's a battle weapon right there.
He goes, I got next. Like I'm doing my. Mind you, he's like
You can't use the club, dude. You can't use the club then.
5'7" and like white, or like Justin Bieber hair. He's like, I'm riding for my mans. And me and Javen look at each other and we're like, and Javen's like, I'm not fighting you, bro. You got a cast on. He's like, nah, bro. Like I don't care. And Javen wasn't worried about him using the cast. He was like, I don't want to fight him because it's such a disadvantage for him. And he goes, nah, bro, let's run it. Okay. Here he comes. Javen gets in there. No exaggeration. I watched him pick up this kid and dump him on his neck. Like, I don't mean he, like, flipped him over his shoulder. He went, boom, and it crumpled. Just, like, knees on forehead. Like, bam.
Yeah, Scorpion, bro.
And then he just laid there for a while. And then we go, is that it? We're done. We walked away. And that, I've never seen somebody, like, get, like,
Folded.
bam! I was like, I looked at Naj. I was like, you seeing this? And he's like, he's just standing there. He's like, I'm like, damn.
Oh, fuck.
And then I almost fought a girl.
Nah.
She wanted to fight me. So
I won't use names. Okay, he's a cool kid now. But I remember one time there's like a kid who was like, Ben, we're gonna fight. Like at the park. I'm like, all right. Show up. There's a bunch of people there, and he starts like, "All right, no kicking, no none of this." I'm like, "Dude, do you want to fight, or like are we just gonna hug each other?" For like he gave me like a list of like 10 rules, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "No," like, and that's when I was like, "Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
People don't want to fight.
they don't want to fight. They want to pretend to fight.
Yeah, it was like, all right, like you can't like grab me or anything. Like,
Yeah.
he's like
Like,
no
what?
kicks, like open palm. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
slap boxing?
Yeah, like what are you talking about? I'm like, no.
Yeah, it reminds me of what happened with one of my old, like my best friends, like going through elementary school. He started doing like ROTC and shit. Wanted to get big, like wanted to get like feel good about himself. Cool, whatever. And then he started talking shit on me after the whole like ex-girlfriend thing happened. He started talking hella shit on me, and then he goes, we're in lunch or we're in gym and we're going to the locker room, and he starts talking shit, yada yada. And I look at him, I'm like, you and me, like I'm not fighting you, like I'm not talking, like just leave me alone. He kept running his mouth to other people about me. So he's sitting there. I walk up to him and I'm like, why do you keep talking shit? We're gonna fight? And he's like, I'm not even talking shit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. Open palm slap right across the face. Bah! So I figured he's talking hella shit. If I slap him, we're gonna fight. Nope. Open palm slap right across the face. He just sat there. And I went, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go.
I feel like an asshole now.
I was like, I'm gonna go.
Like, oh, sorry
Like, it was
about
a-
that, dude.
Sorry about that, man. I kind of overcalculated.
It really misread the situation, I guess. Sorry, bud.
And then that was it. Like and then that was the only time he ever heard about him talking shit. And that was it. That was about
He might have never even been talking shit anyway. He'd be like, Gavin, what are you talking about, man? What? he was so like, I really liked you, man.
I would have scratched my head, dude.
Yeah.
That was only
Dude, if someone just randomly slapped me, I don't think my initial instinct would be like, I'm gonna slap him. I'd be like, you okay? Like, what happened? Can we talk? Like,
No, that was the second time I ever open palm slapped somebody like that. And the first time it happened was in fifth grade playing for a baseball team, and we went to a pool party. And
You told me
yeah,
this.
and we go to a pool party, and we're all friends, we're all cool, and we're hanging around, and all of a sudden, one of my best friends on the team slaps the fuck out of me with this pool noodle. And it's like, yeah, like it's not gonna hurt, but it like stunned me. Like I got blindsided me. All of a sudden, it's like whack, and I'm like, why did you? And he was dead serious. He's like whatever he was mad about. And I was like, what are you mad about? Like, what did I do?
fuck it to the last slice of pepperoni,
Yeah,
dude.
well, I probably do. But he was like so mad. And I'm like, what did I do? So I'm like, whatever. So we were playing basketball at one point, and we're just shooting around, and I'm not wearing shoes or socks, right? Because we were just in the pool. And he's sitting over there with a couple other people in the baseball team, and they're just like straight up pointing, sitting, and laughing at like my ankle and my foot and my leg, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm very used to that, but I have anger problems, so I just keep hearing them just laughing, giggling. So I just walk over to him, I put my hands on my knees, I lean down, and I go, "Huh? You want to say that again?" And he looks at me, and he goes, "I didn't say that." And I just, his face got red. He starts crying, holding his face. Didn't move. Just sat there and went, "Ah!" And I looked around, and mind you, I'm in 5th grade. I have no idea what I just did. No idea what's happening. I just walked over to my dad. My dad's talking to some of the coaches, and I'm like, "We have to go."
I just bitch slapped someone, Dad.
and he goes,
Pulling his
"Why?"
jacket.
And then he looks up, and like all the parents start looking, and there's just kids like huddling around this kid, and he's like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "We have to go." And my dad goes, "Okay." We get to the car, and he goes, "What happened?" I go, "He was making fun of my leg. I slapped him." And he goes, "Good."
Your dad is such a ride or die.
Oh,
Man, I love him.
Yeah, bro. But it was funny because I used to tell people that, and they'd be like, "What? You 5th grade?" I'm like, "Yeah." And like I didn't know
That's
what I was
just
doing.
illegal in Italy, bro. Open palm slap. That's not even assault. I don't think. That's just like, dude, if you get disrespected, you gotta slap a man.
Really?
It's how it is,
That's dope.
dude. I think like, in terms of like gentleman law, it's like, yeah, dude, you fucking grab a white glove out of your pocket and you slap a man across the face.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, that was from a while. That was from like, what was that like? That was like an actual thing.
I think
was-
actual slaps are still an actual thing too. Like I think that's like, if you get disrespected, like you can slap someone and they can't like call assault on it. Like that's
Really?
like a slap's a slap.
Damn.
Don't be saying fuck shit.
Yeah, bro. I remember I miss parts of my childhood. Like days like today, you wake up, you don't have school or something. You go out, have fun, do whatever you're gonna do. And we used to get into some weird, reckless shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I do.
I stepped on Gio's face from Manhunt one time. Bro, I'm not kidding you, bro. Actually, I don't think it was his face. It might have been his chest, but it was squishy, and like it wasn't like bone. It was like a back
body.
or shit. And I remember I'm running through the middle of the night when we're playing Manhunt, and I'm sprinting through this fucking field. All of a sudden, hit something. Boom. I hear, "Ah, damn!" I fall. I get up. I'm like, what the? I'm like, what the fuck? There's Gio. God damn, motherfucker, I'm like, that's
dude, yeah, that's the one dude.
He goes, "God damn, where the fuck you come from?" I was like, where the fuck are you? And he's like, "God damn." And I'm
That's
like,
something, dude. Me and Gio are the best hiders now.
Yeah.
Someone we learned. We were hanging out with like you, Javen, and Nigel in like fall or spring when they're peak like in sports, athletic. We used to walk around out of nowhere. Someone just runs up, doorbell, or starts knocking. Like fuck, everyone can run. Me and Gio have to hide. There's no running. Like there's just walking down the street a little, but it's like no, you gotta learn how to hide, man, to get out of situations like that.
Yeah.
And we became very good hiders.
dude, I used to be able to run. Like I was pretty good at
Yeah.
running. I was pretty, I was playing sports, and I remember I hawked down some. I forget who it was, but I saw them running from like. It would be like from where I am right now to that tree. And I see them running, and I go, "I got him." And I'm sprinting, like kicking dirt, like I'm running. And all of a sudden, they hit a corner, and they start slowing down. And then they're looking this way, and then they look this way. And I was like, I was here. Like I did not move. Grabbed them. I was like, pulled them down, and I was like,
I'm taking you to jail.
Going
And by
to jail.
I mean I'm taking you to the basketball court
Going
in
to
front
the-
of the Pierces.
going to the curb.
You're going to the curb where we play basketball.
Walking them in. I remember you.
1, 2, 3, you are free.
Yes. Walking in with like 2 different or 3 different people that you call it. You're just walking, just like holding their arms or some shit. And like, get over
Dang,
there.
you guys let them bring 2 at once?
Yeah.
Psh, nah, 1 person per carry, bro.
Well, I used to catch people together like in corners. Like I just walk up to a corner and they're just like huddled together. I'm just like,
You're mine now.
Dude,
gotcha.
under cars.
Yes.
You have to be confident enough to get under a stranger's car.
Yeah.
but no seeker is confident enough to start looking under random people's cars.
Oh, I
like
did.
you're the weirdo.
No,
because if
I found
a
Gio
neighbor
under there.
comes out and starts driving away, and you'd be like, "Stop! Stop! Stop! I'm on your car!" like
No, I found
scary
Gio
thing
that
to have
way.
to do to someone.
Because Gio was the last one up, and we're like, "Where is he?" I'm like, I think
Dude,
he's
under
under
a
one of these
car,
cars."
yeah.
So I go just crawling under cars. I'm looking, and then there he is, and he goes, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, dude. Because it's also a very scary thing, dude. To have to tell someone you're under their car, or
Yeah.
someone to find you unexpectedly under a car, it's scary for both people.
I
dude.
tripped into a car. I tripped into a car, and I'm pretty confident I may have dented the car because I'm running, and you know where like let's say the Pierce's house here, like going not towards our old houses, but going like the other way, like towards the other big houses over there. Mm-hmm. I'm running, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm way out of the bounds of where we were playing. I'm just sprinting away. There's like 3 people chasing me. It was like Javen, Nigel, and somebody else. And I'm running, and I could have hit a lick, go whip, and I tripped, and I go boom. And I was laying there, and I'm like, oh my god! I'm gonna hit my shoulder, my face. I'm like, oh my god! And then here they come. They go, you just hear feet.
We
on
got
concrete.
you.
Yeah, you just hear feet on concrete. Gotcha. And I'm like, oh. I think Nigel was always the fastest of our group, and I caught him almost one time when he turned off my Xbox. Well, it wasn't him that did it was Gio, but he was the only one that ran. Everyone else hid. And I was chasing him, and I felt his shirt, and I remember feeling very, very happy with myself because I had to have been moving.
Did it, dude.
Like I had to have been moving, like because he was fast. And I was never fast. I was just angry.
Turned off my Xbox, motherfuckers.
Oh, I was mad because they wanted me to go outside and play, and I was like, I'm playing Black Ops 2 right now,
Yeah,
guys.
I was like Black Ops 3 just came out.
Yeah, bro. Like I was no lifing Black Ops 2, bro. I was going for like my second Prestige Master or something, and I'm just playing.
You were playing the shit out of 4 too. I remember forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Ops.
And that fucking tube TV, bro. Just playing 6 inches from it.
Yeah. Just. Like it was like I'm just playing
And like an old school like giant ass
yeah,
tube.
yeah.
Yeah.
and I was very good. Like if I had the setup I have now, bro, it'd been different. But I was very good against kids that weren't gunny. Gunny trashed me. But yeah, no, it was. But then he would just show up at my house, and him and Javen, and they're like, "Hey, come outside." I'm like, "No, guys, I can't. I'm playing."
Well, dude, there was like a
Whatever.
solid like 3 months period where I'd wake up every morning, walk over and wake up Jay and be like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna wake up, dude. We're
Yeah.
doing something." And I'd be like, "All right,
Yeah, because that's what
time
we
to
used
go over to Cabot down, get him out."
That's what we used to do. Like I would just hear a knock on my front door, and my mom
Or
would come up.
sometimes we just walk in.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, you would. Get me in fucking trouble.
Matt, quit touching my feet with your feet.
I bet you
I haven't said anything. You just did like 3 times in a row though during that stretch. I kept pulling back and you kept coming towards me, and I don't like it.
No, but dude,
Sorry.
I remember I was sleeping one morning, and it's when you wake up and it's like the birds are chirping, the sun's in, you're feeling good. I wake up, and I just feel somebody in my room, and I just whip it I just look over my shoulder, and then Javen's just playing my console, and I'm like. And the funniest part about it was I looked at him, I went, "Oh, it's just Javen." And then he looks at me, he goes, "Hey," slaps me on my just like thigh, and he goes, "Get up, man." I'm like, what? He's like, "Come on, we go and do something. We'll play basketball or something." I'm like, "What time is he?" He's like, "It's like 10 a.m." And I'm like, "All right." And then we get up, and then he's like playing Madden or something, and he's like, "I'm like, how long have you been here?" He's like, "I don't know, like half an hour."
Long enough to play 2 games.
Yeah, like I've been playing for a while now. We used to do that shit all the time. Fucking, I miss being a child.
Yeah.
It was easy.
It was easy. It was
Can you
way
guys
more fun.
believe we did almost 2 hours?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually very hungry now.
Are you?
Yeah.
You want to close this out?
Yeah. Yeah, we can close it out.
All you?
Oh, okay. All right, guys.
Psych. Bye.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Stuttering in Silence podcast. My name is Gavin Soda, and I'm joined with Matthew, Joseph Lepore, and Benjamin, no middle name Clyte. And
I have one. You just will never know.
no, he doesn't have one. He's lying to you. So, if I don't see you, good morning, good evening, and good night.